me just talk you through the outside of your van. So on the driver's side, first thing we come to is where you fill up your gas. So that's just the outlet there. You take that to a station that does HGV gas, and you'll simply just, this is where you fill it up from. It's along as your toilet cassette. It'll be in there. It's just locked by your secondary key, which is your black one. Just push that button and that button at the same time, it lifts out. Down here are your wastewater valve and your freshwater valve. So if you want to empty your wastewater, so any water that runs out of the tap through the sink or out of the shower through the sink, that all goes into a tank, and then you would empty it by turning this valve into the open position. That just empties it where it stands. It's also a good idea to keep that on the open position during winter, just to stop any pipes from freezing. Same goes with the fresh water. Once you've been and you've come back, it's always good to empty your fresh water so that, you know, it doesn't go off or stagnant. It's just, again, just open that and it'll empty it there. And it's a good idea just to leave it in the open position when you're not using the vehicle, just to winterize it. That there is just an exhaust for your boiler, so any fumes that come out the boiler just come out there. Here we have where you fill up the water, so you simply just put your hose in there, turn the hose on, and when your feet are wet, that's the tank full. This is an external plug if you need one, and this is your hookup point as well. On the passenger side, this is where you fill up your diesel and your AdBlue as well. It's just the ignition key that opens this one. Coming into the van, you get your Thetford fridge, which is simply on. Night mode, which just goes at a lower setting so it doesn't make too much noise. And then you just choose your level of cold. There we go. And your actual freezer block can come out if you need more fridge space. There we go. That's your inside lights and that's your awning light. So you just press them, turn them on and off. It also means you've got 12 volt power as well, so if you're not getting any use out of any USBs, you might just need to hit the lights on, so it works off the same circuit. This is your water pump. I'll just light up to let you know that it's on. Turn that on, you'll hear just a slight noise from the pump. As soon as that noise is silent, you can then use the tap. I'll just turn it off for now. These are your battery levels. You just hold that down, it'll show you where your leisure battery's at. So we're at full charge. And then this is your wastewater levels. And there's nothing in there. That's just a light switch. So power, lights inside, lights outside, water pump, battery level, wastewater level, and then a light switch. Your water heating and heating is gas, so basically I'll just put it back to normal. Bottom icon here is heating, so press that. When you see this wee gas flame, that means the heating's on. Use the plus or minus to set your level of heat. So up the top's full whack, it's about 30 degrees, and up the bottom, down the bottom even, is just keeping it ticking over so that you don't freeze. And then turn that off, you just press the icon until that green light goes off. Water heating, press it to come on, and the wee gas flame just shows you that it's on. And then the gas flame at the far left that we just saw will pop up once the gas is ignited to start the water heating. So we'll give that a wee minute and it'll pop up again, that icon. That might be it. Again, your water heating is just at 60 degrees. Do have to wait a wee minute for that. There we go. So now that icon's on at the left, that means that it's ignited and the water heating's begun. But before you put the water heating on, it's always important to prime your boiler. So by doing that, you put the water pump on and you run the tap in the hot water position, and it'll cough and splutter. And then when you've got a steady stream of water, you can then shut the tap off, and that means you've got water in the boiler to actually heat as well. So I'm just going to turn them off for now. Here we are. This is just your gas levels. So when you fill up the gas at the side that I showed you earlier, you just press that and it'll show you your gas levels. As simple as that. So that's the control panel. So to go again, you've got the lights and water pump and levels for your battery and water. Then you've got your hot water heating and your heating that runs off gas. Then you've got your gas levels. And then here, it's just nothing too different in here. I'll point out a couple things. You've got aircon, you've got cruise control just below the indicator switch. So this is your cruise control. Up is cruise control and down is your speed limiter, and it won't kick in until you click that up. This is a wee tablet mount. I'll just zoom out for a second. There we go. This is a tablet mount, so you just pull this up and then there's a wee lever there, and you just rest your phone in there and you can just put it back down. Hook up your phone to the music. It's not these two here, these are just chargers. It's actually in this wee glove compartment and that USB socket there. You've got a TomTom sat nav as well built into this as well. You've got cab blinds, so during the night if you want some privacy. You've got these blinds here, and these are pinch and pull, so you pull them all the way to the wing mirror, and then when they meet the wing mirror, this goes in to go around it, and the other side meets in the middle here, and they just stick magnetically. Same goes with your side windows as well. Pinch and pull, and they'll just stick to the end. The blinds at the back are different. They're a lot easier. Just pull them down. And if you want fly screen, pull this bit down as well. Same goes on that side. And then on your skylights, you've got fly screen and you've got privacy blind as well. To open the skylight, you just pull this lever back and it'll open the hatch. There we go. Alright, I'll show you the bathroom as well. To use the toilet, what you do is pull this hatch, and that's it in the open position. Do your business, and then what you do is push the blue button in, and that'll just flush some water through the cistern. And then before you go, just close it back over again for the next person. It's important you got your water pump on to do that as well. You'll also need it on to use the tap for washing your hands afterwards. And your shower is just part of the tap, so it doubles up. Finally, we've got the fuse box, which is just down here. So if any lights go or your sparkler in your oven doesn't work, it's likely that it's one of these fuses is blown. And it's actually got next to each fuse what each one does, so you can identify if a fuse is blown or not. And that's just your power trip as well. If you are camping and it gets to the minus temperatures at night and you've got the heating on, you can put these, which are the tank heaters, on. That just diverts some of the heat from your heating towards the water tanks to stop them from freezing during the night. Really, you need to use them, but if you were camping and it got to minus degrees, then you'd pop them on. Alright. Your cupboard above the TV mount, you've got the aerial controls. Simple enough. It's just an on and off switch. So off. If you've got it off and you've got the TV on, you can't get a signal. You just need to turn it on. Sometimes you spend 20 minutes trying to tune the TV and then you realise that this isn't even turned on. And then you can just choose strength of the signal, but I just keep it on max. You've also got some USB sockets here. Just remember that if you're not hooked up to mains electricity, then you can only use the USBs for power. Your lights all run off 12 volts, but it's just basically what I'm trying to say is these sort of plugs won't work unless you're hooked up to the mains. You do actually have, for your TV, just underneath the mount there, a 12 volt power supply for a TV, or a 230 volt, so you can still watch TV if you're not hooked up as well. I'll just show you the roof if I can. So that's your TV aerial on the left, skylight, and then that's your solar panel as well. And down. You don't need to worry about the solar panel, that'll just charge away nicely itself. I'll charge the vehicle battery or the leisure battery, just depends what needs it the most. And you've got the 9-speed gearbox as well, so you've got 3 drive modes. You just press it and it'll turn up on the dash. You've got normal, which is just normal. You've got eco, which is basically the difference between eco and sport is sport revs. It goes to higher revs so you can get up to speed faster, and then eco goes up the gears a lot faster and smoother. But once you're actually at, you know, cruising speed, it doesn't matter what driving mode you're in, it's more for the building up speed. It's how high you want your revs to go when you're trying to get up to speed. And then you've got volume controls and on the left of the steering wheel, and then phone controls on the right. That's about it. There we go. And what I will say, just to give all you heads up, is when you're opening the door, make sure this window's closed so that you don't hit the door into there.